Although it was still early morning, the air was already warm and inviting. She smiled. For once there was no deadline to face, no crisis to overcome, and no mystery to solve. Just a relaxing Saturday to enjoy. All she wanted was a quiet walk in the park, and the weekend papers to read. The gentle silence of Bannerman Road was interrupted by the coughing of an engine struggling to start. There was a small black van parked outside the house opposite. On its side was a familiar logo, Bloomin' Lovely. "This is a nightmare," cried Gita Chandra, sitting behind the wheel. "You've got to do something!" Gita was yelling at her husband, Haresh, who was standing in front of the van. The bonnet was open, and Haresh was tentatively checking various cables and plugs with the air of a man who had absolutely no idea what he was doing. I think it might be the solenoids," Haresh said vaguely. "And what's a solenoid when it's at home?" Gita barked. "No trouble out of this stupid thing for 18 months, and it picks today of all days to pack up." She tried the ignition again. The engine made the same tortured coughing. Gita banged her head against the steering wheel in frustration, honking the horn. "This can't be happening! Not now!" Sarah Jane walked over to her neighbours. "Having some trouble?" she said, giving them a sympathetic smile. "Oh, Sarah, my love, it's a disaster." Gita was close to tears. "I've got to be at the White Cross Mall by 8 o'clock and I'm stuck here with a bunch of drooping lilies in the back." "It's the opening day, isn't it?" asked Sarah Jane. White Cross Mall was a brand new shopping centre near West London. It had been under construction for over a year. "That's right," said Gita. "And I've got a stall there. Prime location too, right next to the pick and mix. But it won't do me any good if I can't even get there." Haresh tried tightening a screw. He sighed. "Okay, I give in. I'm calling the rescue service." "Wait," Sarah Jane said. She reached into her pocket and found her sonic lipstick. "I think you might have got it, Haresh." Keeping the lipstick hidden in her jacket, she pushed the button at its base. The van's engine suddenly roared to life. Gita cried for joy. Haresh looked stunned. "Guess I've got the knack after all," he said, grinning. Sarah Jane watched Gita zoom off down the street. "Well, that's my good deed for the day sorted," she thought, and strolled off towards the park. When she returned home a couple of hours later, Sarah Jane heard music coming from the top of the house.